What's up, everybody?
What's up?
What's going
Uh,
on? Awesome. Malachi, the other Malachi, what's going on, bro?
wow,
Everybody,
this is the
turn
second
on
time
your
that
screens. We got two Malachis. Awesome.
another Malachi.
All right, cool, cool. All right, so me and Malachi, we were just on the phone. Other Malachi, Malachi G, nice to meet you, man. This is the first time I
How's it going?
face to face.
Yeah,
Uh,
how's it going?
Good, good, man. Can't complain. So who wants to go first? So we're gonna go with just gratitude. We basically say a little bit about what we're grateful for. We just take turns. It helps out a ton as far as just work or even just in life in general. It's just to stay grateful, and it keeps you upbeat and it'll help you out a ton in the journey. So as far as gratitude goes for me, I'm super, super, super grateful for the food, shelter that I have every single day. Get to wake up healthy, and I got the ability to hustle and work in America. Some people don't even have that opportunity, and I'm grateful for you guys. To be able to do business and actually teach you guys everything I know as well. So who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I'm thankful for life.
I love it.
That's about it. That's everything in it. So
Nice, nice. Who's next?
I would
Is
have to
it
say,
connected? Connected?
Yeah,
Can you
we
guys
can.
hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Want to go next?
Go ahead. I believe someone else is trying to talk to.
no, I was just gonna say my family again.
Your family? Okay, I
Yeah,
like that.
it's
I
just a
like
small
that.
bunch, so like, yeah, just them.
100%, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
And you,
that's good.
you're grateful for that?
I'm grateful for family, God, waking up today, and I'm grateful for my kids.
I
So I'm
love
grateful.
it. How many kids you have?
I have two. I have a daughter, she's 7 months, and I have a son that is 3. Just
Let's
turned 3 in
go.
December.
It's for them. All right, cool. Nice, nice. All right, guys. So as of right now, who got some deals going on?
I got one locked up. My first one that I texted you about. I was nervous
Yeah,
as hell. I
I'm
was
gonna
so
take a
nervous.
look at it after this, and let's see if we could, push it off. Those numbers are good or not, and move on from there. But you want to tell everybody how the process was like in getting that first one locked up?
So I called him, and he was like motivated. Like he was at his dad's funeral.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was on his way there, and he was like, "No, I want to sell it. Like, let's get it this done." 50 grand. And I was just like, okay, I went back and checked the numbers and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start at 32, I think, because I think it could be worth around that 200 mark
Hmm.
because there's one comp around there. But like when you check it, you can't really see no other comps. And if they are comps, it's like not a 3-2. But
Yeah.
then he has a kitchen upstairs and a kitchen downstairs. So I don't like know if you could sell it as, you know what I mean, a 2 unit because he
So
has locked up like that, and then I'm like just so confused on that. And needs rehab, so I put 80 grand on it. I don't know if it's that much or not,
you,
but
so you got PropStream, right?
yeah.
So what you can do is look at what it's zoned for. You're gonna see in the property details what it's zoned for. If it's zoned for duplex, you sell it as a duplex. If it's zoned for a single, you sell it as a single. You comp it as a single. Um, however it's zoned is how you go. Because
Okay.
think of it this way: you put yourself in the buyer's shoes, the investor, right? If you bought a single and this guy is whoever the wholesaler is marketing it to you as a duplex, that's false because now you have to go through the entire zoning process to get it changed into a duplex, right?
Okay.
Depending on the county that you're in, that process can take a month. It could take 5 months. It could take a whole year. Who knows? And
Hmm.
on top of all that, they're gonna have to go through drawings and plans. So for that, they're gonna have to go get an architecture. They're gonna have to speak to the zoning department. They're gonna have to go get an engineer, get all that drawn up, possibly spend 10, 15 grand just to hear back from the city and see if they would even allow it or not. Right?
Okay.
So that is like a big, big, big risk to investors. And anytime I'm running my numbers, I don't care if you're telling me that, oh, I can get it turned into a 3 unit or even a 10 unit. I don't care. What is it zoned at right now? That's what we're going to run numbers off. Right. So just, that's a little tip for you. That way, You don't basically lock up a property thinking that, oh, it could be a two family or whatever in the future. No, what is it right now? And we're going to calculate it from that.
Yeah, it says property type, single family.
Yeah. So calculate it as a single,
Okay.
right? But we're going to take a look at it afterwards. And you don't got to say the address here or anything like that. We'll discuss it. I'm going to run through the numbers and see what it looks like. And we'll go ahead, give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And the
Okay.
thing is, anytime you get a deal, it's cool. Just lock it up. If you're not even sure, just lock it up. And let's say if the numbers are wrong, whatever have you, we could always back out quick, right? And you're gonna do a favor to the seller too. Now you're not waiting last minute to back out and then just screw everyone over. If you basically lock it up today and tell them tomorrow, hey, look, numbers were a little wrong. This is where we actually need to be. It's not the end of the world, right? Things happen on their side, things happen on our side, but we didn't waste much time for anybody. And now they'll still respect you. You didn't wait like 20 days to just tell them that, right?
Try to
Speed is
renegotiate
everything.
whatever you come up with too.
Yeah.
Like if it's not right, I could try that and just come off as I possibly looked at it like a duplex because he explained to me that it was, you know what I mean? I didn't run my numbers off of looking at it as a duplex. I ran it off of one comp, how we did the other house, the pipe, the other house we were talking about. There's
Yeah.
like one other in this area that sold the most recent address it's sold for 40. They fixed it up, sold for 200.
Okay. That works. That works.
Yeah. But the lot size is much different, so I don't know. I have no clue.
Well, we'll break it down together. No worries. The thing is that you actually just took action. You just got that thing locked up under contract, so no one else takes it. You know.
Yeah. I
That's the big
followed up
thing.
with the other girl Thursday. She wants to hop on the phone.
That works.
The inspection works now. She's a headache, like true, like she'll forget what we talked about, and at the end of the conversation, be like I said, I'm not doing her 30-day inspection. I'm like, ma'am, you just agreed to a 10-day inspection. Like she forgets things like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
The thing is, most of these people, they're under tons and tons of pressure. They're going
Yeah.
through stuff. And then two, they're getting bombarded. If you're calling them, if you have their phone number, just know that there's other like 10, 20, 30 other investors or wholesalers that also have their number, right? So be patient with them. Who cares? Just take super good notes on your end and then just educate them back on your previous conversation. So for
Yeah.
those kinds of folks, I recommend them to get an attorney involved.
Yeah.
You know,
She has a sister involved, and I think that's why she wants to go through her own title company because she works there.
oh, she
And
works at the title company?
I'm pretty sure she does because she hopped on the phone and was like, "You're gonna have to come to my title company," and I peeped that, and I was just like, "Okay, I think she works there." She wouldn't answer my question when she was like, "That's none of your business." I'm like, "Okay, well, we still can't use there." So
What'd she say about you going to someone else?
she said, right now she knows. Like I said, we could do it at 23. But I have to use my own. And she's like, okay, that's fine. But I have someone coming to look at it Monday. That called Monday, see how it went. They didn't come. Then she said, okay, call me Thursday. So now I have it booked for Thursday.
Okay, but you have it locked up, right? Everything's good?
No, not yet. Not yet. Because she's waiting on somebody else to see. I have this one locked up. The one that I sent you is locked up. But that one I'm waiting on still.
That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Also, she's a window shopper, right? So she's basically taking your offer and shopping it out with other wholesalers. You don't want that. Next time this happens, I want you to be like, okay, so you're wanting 25. Hypothetically, if I come back with an offer, 25 or somewhere close to that, can you give me a yes or no when I come back? Can you do that? And ask them that, right? If she says no, then tell her, okay, that's fine. Take your time. And when you are ready, we'll go ahead and take on the next step. Because our offers are limited. We only buy so many homes every month. And put urgency on her, right? Tell her, like, we're not playing games. If I give you an offer, we don't have time to shop it around. The offer is going to expire, and that's it.
Okay.
So
it's like attacking their impulse. You wanna attack them and make it quick. You want them to make impulse decisions when you're doing any type of selling to somebody. To giving them a second to think and going away from thinking it, they're just like, oh, maybe somebody else can give me something else. You want them to make the impulse decision of, nah, this is what I want to do. So that's when he was saying, like, can you give me a yes or no if I come back with this? That's like okay, shit, they're gonna call me back. I need to give them a yes. And that impulse, I mean, and everybody makes them just do it automatically. I can't count how many times I went to the store and someone at the mall sold me some
Yeah.
shoe cleaner because I made an impulse decision. That's how they get you all the time.
Exactly. Because, man, so the amount of times that I went through this to where these guys shop my offer around, and the next thing you know, it's not even a deal anymore. You know, because then you
Okay.
get some like idiot that doesn't know anything about comping or has no idea about his numbers. He just went on the internet and found this 70% rule and never ever calculated holding cost, closing costs, or even his like, his assignment. And there you go. Now you're beat by someone else that doesn't even know the business.
Yeah. I
And
also
then
signed with a realtor or whatever. He sent me a contract month to month. So he's gonna start sending me off market property. He knows I'm a wholesaler. Like I was completely honest with him. I'm
cool.
like, I'm not looking to buy at all. I'll give you, 3%. If it comes down to it, I will end up giving you 6 if I can't find it, either the seller or the buyer to pay that 3%, but I'll
Mm,
pay 6% in full if it comes down to it. But I'm not the buyer. Like I made that very clear. He's really cool. And I signed with him yesterday. I was doing the thing he said last week to put it in the. He's not on here. The other dude, he told me to
okay,
put it in
so street.
ChatGPT if I
Yeah,
don't understand the contract. So that helped majorly. Like when I
yeah.
was copying and pasting, I was like translating into fifth grade language and read through it. It worked. It works
Yeah, so
wonderful.
basically, Malachi, what he's saying is he didn't understand the purchase and sale agreement all the way. So I told him just throw that, like copy and paste it on the chat GPT and tell it to translate into fifth grade language. And there,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
our contract that's in resources is
Mhm.
already broken down. Like you can read through the entire thing, you'll understand it, you know. Um,
yeah.
so so that's it. Um, other than that, as far as the agents go, anytime you speak to them, as long as you can portray some confidence in your ability to close, they won't care if you're a wholesaler. No one really cares. Even the people that I do business with, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't care if you're a wholesaler or not. Are you gonna give me this price? Yeah, all right, then cool, let's do it." You know.
Yeah.
So that's
I
the big thing.
like lie and stuff on YouTube. I'll look it up and it'll be like, oh, I'll just say I am the end buyer and sign on them. I'm like, I can't even do that because I can't keep up with the lie. Like I'll mess around and be on the phone with them and actually say, oh, da 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 da, and he'll be like, what? You know what I mean? So I didn't want to start that. I'm like,
The, any deals I get in Jersey because I actually do buy, I'll tell them, yes, I'm the buyer. But however, if anything does change, we have different options that we can possibly do. But whatever route that we do go take, I just want you to be ensured that, hey, look, that price that we negotiated, we will close on. Period.
okay.
It's a
We
matter
don't
of to go
double
ahead and
close in Pennsylvania, right?
what'd you say?
We don't have to double close in Pennsylvania, right?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
They're trying to make laws for wholesalers and stuff and get wholesalers to get licensing, but they're not really pushing it heavily.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
have
because
a couple friends that are still wholesaling out there, no problems.
I seen that on YouTube. It was like you got to double close now. You got to double close. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't even closed the deal. Now I got to learn this.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. You'll be good. And even if you have to double close, I have people. I'll send you some contacts over. And then you just, you pay them out of the closing.
Yep.
So whatever their fee is. So, but yeah, Malachi Garcia. So, as far as your journey goes as of right now, like how far are you deep in?
I spent some time researching. I need to do some more. Just in between like my actual job and this. I mean that's why I was looking into it. It's because it's like, dude, I just made $30,000 for this place today in 10 minutes. It's
Yeah,
like I do it on a weekly basis. I'm making them. I think last year I made over, I think it was like 1.1 mil for the company. I
yeah,
don't see shit from that. I
yeah.
get an hourly wage and I don't get nothing else. And they're trying to fight for. It's like I do the same as the sales reps, but I
Mm.
don't get their pay, and that's what's really pissing me off. It's like
Well,
I'm good at what I do, man, and it's just like this company doesn't. They
well,
don't want to come certain times.
so what are you selling right now?
So right now I work for it's a natural disaster company, and they sell like chemicals. It's the number one place to go buy chemicals for floods, tornadoes, fires. So they make a lot of money, a lot of good money, and I get to sit there and watch their sales all day. But what I do is I handle web sales. So whoever orders things, like let's say someone puts an order through Amazon, I'm on the back end. I charge it, I ship it out of a location, I find out what's stock, what's not stock. I upsell, and it's like you push me to upsell, but I don't get paid. I don't get paid a percentage. Because if I got paid a percentage of what I make, like I'd be good, I'd be set. But that's what's making me kind of like set back. It's like I'm good, dude. I'm real good at selling, and the problem is I'm selling for the wrong place. And instead of selling for myself, I'm doing it for another company, and I'm not getting comped for it, and that's what sucks.
No, definitely. So everything that you really need to know is all in the classroom. We're gonna make more and more courses as we go. My goal is to just make like one new course every week until that thing is entirely just packed up, right? All the vocab that you're gonna need, that and more is right in classroom for level 1. And then the wholesale course is right in there too. So right off the jump, you got access to all that. Level 2, you're gonna get
and I'm trying to. I did the trial thing, but I get paid on an off week, so I don't have. By the time it ends, I won't have the 50 to pay for it until I get paid again. So I'm not gonna have access to that for like another week. So
that means just go on the classroom right now and start reviewing everything. There's the
that's what I'm planning on doing. Only because today I made some calls today. Just I reached my hand out there and trying to see who would grab it, and I got somebody. I got somebody in Long Beach, actually. I decided to go look out there because a lot of people from where I'm living are moving out here and selling their homes due to the fires and how California is.
Oh, California. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'm located in Utah, but I decided to go look around California only because of the word of people moving out here because they're worried about the fires and losing their homes, obviously. And I came across a beautiful place in Long Beach, and the guy hasn't sold to anybody. They've built around his house. All the other houses are modern, new, and you can definitely take a look from the street, like the view of his place and the lot. I mean, I believe it's like, it says 5,000 square feet lot, but it's a tiny little 1-bedroom house in the back. So he has this space, but he'd never sell it to anybody. Well, he passed away, and now his granddaughter has it, and so she's around my age. So she's around like 24, I think 23. And she just wants to get rid of it ASAP. But I caught her as soon as she was interested in selling it. I caught her the minute she had put it up on Facebook. And so she's very interested. She wants to sell it as soon as she can. The tenants that are there have until February 15th to move out. She doesn't care whether they take the house down, remodel it. I even went as far as getting an inspection sheet. So they already had an inspector going. I didn't have to pay for one. They went in. She sent me the PDF for everything that they inspected in the house, so I can price out, which was good because I do home remodeling, so I can talk to her about numbers and what it's going to cost, and obviously work with that and play with the numbers that she has. So she has it up as 489 right now, but I'm telling you, after I talked to her and I already looked at some of the stuff on the inspection sheet, I'm pretty sure someone's just going to tear the house down, but I'm surprised nobody has jumped on it because it's been. They've had it in their family since, I think she said it was like 1924, but they've never sold. They've never sold to anybody. And the neighborhood is beautiful. The beach is 25 minutes away. It's an amazing space. And definitely, especially in California, the price that they can get for this, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty penny because it's nice, dude. And the fact that he passed away, which, my condolences, but you go to a person like that who just wants to get rid of it because I need money to pay for, student loans. Those are the ones that I want to buy. And so it looks like she's very interested. She wants to figure out some more, talk some more, talk numbers, obviously, after I look at the inspection sheet. So I definitely want some help on that one because I know I can close it. I know I can lock her down for a really good price. And definitely make some good money off this lot, especially since nobody's been able to buy it from the guy. And I'm the first person that reached out to her since he passed.
Could you put the property in the chat and we can run the numbers right now, and you could send out the offer tonight if anything, or tomorrow.
Let's see.
They're 3 hours back, so for them, it had to be like 4:21.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, she's very eager. She's excited. I got a verbal agreement that she doesn't want to work with anybody else. She's
Perfect.
even going as far as she put it up on
But
Zillow, but
don't
she's
believe
taking
all
it
that.
down. Yeah, I mean
Just
it's
stay on
that's what I
top
said.
of
It's
it, you know?
verbal. It's nothing in writing. Yeah,
Yeah. Just imagine there's like 30 other people attacking right now at any given time. So
yeah,
always keep that in mind and make that
yeah,
offer quick and start moving on it. We're gonna underwrite it right now.
yeah.
Give me a sec. I'm loading up PropStream.
But she
Even if you
specifically
don't,
said it's def.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say about something about PropStream. Go ahead. What were you saying?
She definitely said it's not maybe to her, but they have tenants there right now. She said it's definitely not something that she would want somebody to move into, only because I mean the dude lived there his whole life and didn't touch nothing, updated a few things here and there in the house, but she just
Mhm.
said that she wouldn't say that it's a livable condition, but she obviously has tenants there, and they have
Yeah,
until the 15th of February to move out.
yeah. It's a small lot, but yeah, so they're in pre-foreclosure right now. And the recorded date on the date of default was November 21st, 2024. So this is fresh, bro. This is gonna be a nice deal for you. Um, she ends up going through it. It's gonna be awesome. So here's the comparables right now. There's let me see if there's any flip comps. No. So this one is a one bed, one bath. Wow, 486 square feet. That's super tiny. There's another one that's sold. It's 5466 Lewis Ave, Long Beach. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the Zoom chat right here. Take a look at it. So sold for like 700K or so. Yeah, let's see.
Is it comparably like? Does it look? I mean,
Let's
it's
see. I'm
not
taking
in
a look
great
right
shape,
now.
but that's what I'm
Yeah, so
saying.
this one's
That's what
also
like.
good.
Mhm.
So yeah, this one was turned around completely. It's also 576 square feet. They turned it into a two bed, one bath. They do the same thing over there where you're at on yours. And it's a tiny, tiny lot, just like yours. Um, this is awesome. Are you looking at it now?
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
So like
Let's
rough
see.
numbers. Yeah, I'm gonna see exactly how much of a mortgage she has left as well, so you get an idea of what she's what she's probably
So,
looking
is
to
there a
walk away
source that
with.
you're getting that? Is there a website or something that you're getting this from? I went solely
PropStream.
off of the market prop
Yeah, this is
stream.
all on PropStream. Yeah. So they don't have any mortgage info, but they have a loan with Wells Fargo, and they have a notice of recession. And the date of default is like November 21st. The notice of default was sent to them just this month. It was on January 11th, 2024. So this is super fresh. That's awesome. They got some time. Um, tell them not to like wait any longer. And I wouldn't press it on them, but I'll try to find out like what happened and if they can explain more details to you so you get an idea. Most of these guys, they're going to be in denial and they don't want to tell you what's going on because they're embarrassed. But
Yeah,
like, talk to them, build a relationship up with them until the point where they don't really care and they trust you and they feel
yeah,
safe, you know?
yeah,
Get
exactly.
all the info out, see how much more time they have left. Find out when the auction date is for that place, and tell them that you can possibly even help them do loan mods, and just to see if they'd be open to just to basically either sell or what's really going on. Maybe they'd
Yeah,
even be open to keep it.
yeah. No, no. I talked to her a little bit about that. She just said that her grandfather passed and it was given to her in a trust. And she's a young kid. She doesn't want to deal with it. She doesn't want
So
having tenants. She just wants to sell it.
as far as the tenant goes, can they move out, or what's the situation on that?
She said she gave them until the 15th of February to get out of the house, pack up
Okay.
everything they can and leave. Ideally, I mean, she want an offer like right away. That's what she's looking for. She's looking to get someone to give her an offer right now. So by the time that 15th comes, she can get paid and get rid of the place. Her and her husband are in a rush. They don't want to wait. It's just something that it's new to them. It just landed
Well,
them.
well,
And
they're in a rush because they're going through foreclosure.
yeah.
Right. So, I mean, just think of it like their whole world turned upside down. Now they're losing this
Yeah.
house. They either lose it or sell it for a quick buck.
Mhm.
So, your job, so next phone call, this is going to be your job. Call them up and then find out how much of a balance they have left on their mortgage. Right. And then basically find out what the payoff is. So that way you know how much is owed to the bank. And then also find out how much they are in arrears. So arrears is how much that they owe to the bank. How much are they behind on payments? So now you can calculate what's the payoff, how much they owe to the bank. Put that together, and that's how much they owe completely together to the bank. Right? And then you find out how much they're looking to basically walk away with. You don't ask them how much they're looking to sell for. Just see how much they're looking to put in their pocket.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I'm under the impression that I don't think unless, again, it's just my first time talking to her, but it's possible maybe she doesn't know that it's under foreclosure and she's just trying to get rid of something that
she
to in papers. But I mean, I'm assuming if they gave her papers for that, then she has to understand. The bank obviously probably notified her on Twitter what's going on ASAP.
Believe me, she knows. She's gotten tons of phone calls from the bank, and she's gotten the letter. She knows. Just believe me, all these people know. They just don't want to tell you because they're scared of admitting that they're about to go through foreclosure. It's scary, and it makes you look like you're just stupid, right? Oh, you can't handle some payments, And they feel bad, and just let them know like you're super down to earth and you're trustworthy, where they can open up to you. But yeah, get the payoff, how much is owed in arrears, and then find out how much they're looking to basically walk away with. Right now, $700K, it should be a decent ARV for the property. If you times that by 0.7, to give the investors at least 30% of equity, just to work out the entire deal with. And let's say if the rehab, it needs everything, right? You said?
Yeah, it's gonna need some work. I haven't gone through all the inspection lists, but from what I can see right now, it definitely needs.
If you were to give a rough estimate, what do you think the numbers would look like for the rehab?
I'd say they're probably looking at, honestly, if it was me going back to remodeling, I'd tear the fucking place down, dude. I wouldn't even try to refurbish the place. I mean, it's got, I believe it was like water damage on the bottom exterior of the house. The patio on the back, it looks like it had mold due to just the growing of the water around the house. And just a lot of the other stuff around there. I mean, it just looks like there's damages. It would be smart for someone to invest in tearing it down and building a home there rather than even trying to make that place livable again. If I had to estimate, I'd say that they're probably going to look at least $300,000 just to even try to get it up to date. The roof, she said the roof hasn't even been done since early 2000s. And that's a problem as well because those should be done every 6 years or even if that, depending on the weather that they live in, especially in California. Yeah, they're looking at some money definitely to try to fix that place up. But if anybody's smart, buy the lot.
Yeah.
It's a perfect area. They're in the middle of everything. I mean, you're closer to the beach, and especially for a place like this near Long Beach that they've been trying to get from the guy, and he just wouldn't sell. All the other homes in the neighborhood are beautiful and nice. It looks like they're all modern homes, so it definitely would just be worth tearing it down and trying to build a place there.
300, that's pretty reasonable. For knocking everything down, disposing of everything, and then building new construction right on top of it at, let's say, $170 a square foot in the area, and then making it a lot bigger. Only thing that I see is like they could possibly have zoning issues to build brand new, but maybe they can grandfather it in since that lot is super old. Here, so let's say if we're going rough numbers, 700K ARV times 0.7, we're left at 490. And if we take off 300K off of that, we're left with 190K, right? And let's say, holding cost and closing cost on that, let's just say it roughly runs another like 35 grand. Minus 35 grand from that, our MAO is at 155. So you'd probably want to like start off the negotiation at like 100 grand and then see like how close that they can get to that 100. make them go ahead and tell you how close they can come to you. Don't try to offer higher. Um,
Okay.
and then yeah, and then anything in the middle of this spread with it's 155 is on my calculator right now.
Yeah.
Anything close you could get to that, you know your spread now. You know, let's say if she agrees to like 120, you know you got like a 30 grand spread on there.
Okay.
You know, and then
Okay.
I have a dispo guy out there as well. If I can't work anything out with our team, then you can definitely reach out to him. I can connect you. But he'll charge 50%, but he'll move the thing pretty quick.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it would be a first deal for me. I
Yeah,
wouldn't even mind working on it with somebody.
yeah,
Obviously, as long as we both make money, then that's all that
yeah.
matters to me.
Um,
The important thing is just making sure that I can get past this first part of doing this deal, so then I
yeah.
can continue to keep going and doing more and more.
So how'd you source this one? Were you just cold
I
calling or
Oh yeah, I was cold calling. Not only that, I wrote up my own script
nice?
for buying. I wrote up my own one for selling, and kind of just key talking points that I've already had previously in notes from
Yeah,
selling, and I kind of just implemented into this. And that's how I'm blatantly honest with them. I don't lie to them. I obviously tell them what I'm doing, only because it builds more trust with my contact and who I'm talking to. So she doesn't care. She just said as long as she can get it sold, she doesn't care, what I need to do to, obviously make myself good and whatever else. She just wants to sell it. But I found it on Marketplace. I was looking on Facebook, just different areas. She had listed it the first minute. I had called her right then and there. She didn't answer. She called me back 20 minutes later, and she's like, "Yeah, I literally just listed this up." And she was just super interested. She's like, "Yeah,
bro.
I will sell it if you
Since
can. Let's do it."
yeah, since this is listed, you need to move on this thing quick.
Yeah,
There's so many other people are about to hit her up. Like I'm telling you, like her phone's gonna be blown up. Just get the move on this thing.
yeah,
If you need any help, just hit me up. Like you have all my info. Um, but yeah, I would move on everything that I just told you. Like take action on it immediately because I
yeah,
think this is a really great deal. You just got to really find out first before you tell her anything. Just find out her payoff from the mortgage company
yeah.
and tell her how much she's missed out on payments. How many months is she back? Right,
Okay.
and then you tell her, hey, look, if this goes through foreclosure, you're gonna wreck your credit for the next 7 years. You're gonna have a time like a trouble even just renting a place. Let her know all the bad and let her know
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
good that we can do. Tell her like, what if we catch up all the payments? So if we go
yeah,
ahead and take this thing off your hands the way it is right now, and then you don't have to deal with any of these headaches that come along with this entire process. And then
yeah,
she's looking to move, just even try to see if you can help her move. What areas are
yeah.
looking to move in, blah blah blah, and
Yeah,
find her a
and
place.
it's good. It's good that I'm from where she's from, especially the location that she lived in. So I
Yeah,
definitely know a lot of the state around there. Um, my thing with this is I got to get down the agreements and the contracts. I looked at this and I looked at resources and kind of I'm still researching and looking up different things and reading on it to learn. But I fully need a sit down to figure out what the process is of closing and what the process is of getting everything right and started because I mean I have the drive and I have obviously I can go out there and get somebody to lock down on a contract. The problem with me is I need to figure out how to. I need to figure out step by step what each step I'm following by to get them locked in on a contract. So then I know what I'm doing moving forward from there. How am I making my money? How is the payment coming to me? That's the resources I need because I need to
here
figure that out.
I'll sum it up for you real quick. You have the PSA, which is the person purchase and sale agreement, right? You go ahead and you fill out who the buyer is, who the seller is. Then you go ahead and you fill out the property address. Then you fill out how much the purchase and sale is being done for, and then you put out how much the EMD is being put into the transaction. So the earnest money deposit. How much are you putting in good faith to them that hey, look, we're gonna go ahead and perform on this thing. And then there's due diligence period, right? So you can go ahead and back out, or you can go ahead and find out what's go with the property, what's not, and go on from there. I like to make the earnest money deposit due in the last 7 days of the due diligence period. The due diligence period, we try to have at least 30 business days. You just do whatever you can negotiate because the longer, the better for us. because it gives us more time to sell it, right? But if you get a rock solid price that you know you're gonna be able to move it like this, or someone else is gonna be able to move it for you like rapidly, then you go ahead and you're shoring it up a little bit. But make sure that you have at least 21 days, because anyone that's coming in with hard money, they're gonna need at least 15 to 20 days to close, right? So you gotta have some type of grace for your buyer. Anyone that's coming in absolute cash, they'll be able to close as soon as title is done. But those buyers are not like everywhere, the pool of those buyers are quite small compared to hard money guys. Those are like 80% of all the cash buyers out there. Two.
Last Thursday, you screen shared the contract and went over it. That should be in the last recording too. So if you wanted to go watch the video, it's last week's video, the most recent. And at the end of it, because I had to rewatch it too the day I got mine signed, and he explains like piece by piece on his, so it makes it way easier to like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And is that in the classroom or where?
That's gonna be in the Zooms. Okay. Yeah, all these Zooms are all recorded. So here, let me just go through everything. You're gonna go ahead and so that's that. You're gonna go ahead, go through the entire contract. At the bottom, you can put down any other terms that you need, any clauses that you need to put in there. Like these guys have tenants, so you can make a contingent upon tenants leaving, right? And then that's it. You sign on your side, you have them sign on their side, and that's recorded. It's ready to go. Then when you find a buyer, you need to fill out an assignment agreement. You go ahead and fill out your stuff as the assignee and go ahead and fill out the assignor. And you put down how much you're assigning the deal for, the contract that you have. You get that signed by the end buyer and yourself. You're assigning the contract to them. Now you take both of these papers and you take it to the title company and you tell them, hey, title clerk, I have this property under contract for this much. I'm going to go ahead and assign it to this party for this much. And you tell them that this is my assignment fee. It's going to be mailed out to this company. And that's it. And you give everything to them. They'll handle all the paperwork from A to Z.
Okay, a title company where I live, or is that going to have to be something in California?
It don't matter.
Because if it's being sold.
Okay. So a title company, whoever the buyer wants to go ahead and close out, because they're the ones that are getting title insurance. Right, so the buyer usually gets to choose.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So essentially, when I'm putting the assignee price, so let's say that I get her to sell for 122, and I go find a buyer for 132. Am I putting on my agreement with her? Am I putting, hey, this is what we're selling it for, or how are you doing numbers there? Are you? I'm just trying to figure that part out as well.
You don't put any of that there. You just put down how much is being assigned for. That's it.
Okay, so how much is being assigned?
So let's say,
go ahead.
You can have it however you want. You can even make your own assignment agreement. It doesn't matter, as long as it's understandable. As long as it's also like agreed from both parties, signed, and then you go ahead and send it to title, and title can read this thing and say, oh, okay. So Malachi bought this thing for $220. He has that contract, and he's basically selling this contract to this guy so he can buy it at that price. And then his fee is 10 grand. Okay, now we know. So this guy is going to buy it for this price and then pay you 10 grand on top of it for this contract.
Okay, and then the title just handles paying the seller out and paying. Okay.
They're the middleman. They're the middleman that makes sure that no one gets screwed, right? And the buyer usually likes to. Like if I'm buying something, I want to choose which title company I'm using because they're about to insure this transaction. So let's say 2 months later, something happened. I'm about to go to the title company. I'm about to be like, hey, you guys messed up on this. You guys need to figure this out. They're going to figure it out. And that's why they get the right to go ahead and choose which title company that they want to use. That's just how I'd like to do business. So that's how I teach it as well, right?
Yeah.
The buyer usually is the one that's getting insured. So why would you choose for the buyer, right? Like if I was like a pain in the ass buyer and I was really like strict, like, hey, I only use this title company to close all my deals. They insure all my properties. I don't care about who this title company is that you got. I've never even heard of them. I don't want to do business with them. I only want this company. Then what are you going to do, right? So I always leave the contract blank. Unless it's a deal that's like super urgent, like this foreclosure. say if they are running out of time, I just go ahead and run up the title and explain it to my buyer. I would love to give it to you, but I had to do it this way to ensure, speed and convenience for the seller. They're going to lose the property. So you want this nice price for this deal? Then close out. I already have title pulled. Everything's ready to go. I already paid the title fee. Right? That's how I do things.
Yeah.
What if the buyer's title company doesn't accept wholesale transactions?
They're going to have to. They're going to have to, right? Or the buyer's not going to be able to do this transaction. So I've had that case scenario too. And I just go ahead and let them know, hey, look, as long as your title company is fine with assignments, I don't care who you use, as long as I get paid for all this work I did.
So how are you finding buyers? Are you?
We got Investor Lift.
Okay, so you have Investor List in all states and all areas, right?
Yeah,
and then we have. Do you grab that on PropStream too, or
no? Investor Lift is a whole different software. It's just for buyers, but it's pricey.
Expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. It could like their top packages could go anywhere for like 40, 50 grand for the year. Yeah.
Okay. So
most of my deals, like even till this day, I have friends like all over the US. So let's say if I have a sticky deal, right, that we're working together on and I can't do something with, and I partner up with someone, I'll be like, hey bro, I couldn't handle this. You think you can take care of this? They'll be like yes or no, and we'll just be like, here's a freebie. Just get this thing done for my boy, and we just bounce off like that. So
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to. I mean, it seems like they're in urgency, man. It seems like they're young and they don't really understand much, but selling.
Yeah, Malachi, let me simplify everything for you. Don't worry about the paperwork. Don't worry about the buyers. Like that's not the importance here. The most important thing that we're basically our specialty, that's why we get paid so much, is just getting these deals, finding the motivated sellers, and then putting them under contract. If you just do those things and your sales skills is good and your skills to source these deals is good, that's all you need. And you just keep repeating that process, right? You get enough money coming in, you hire a person. So you buy some time back so you can go ahead and keep closing more deals. And you just like automate the system where you just have deals pumping in and you send them off to other people, right? Like before I had a team to Dispo, before I had Investor, that's all I did. Just kept on getting deals in. Because Dispo is a whole different business. You're gonna have to have a whole nother team. You're gonna have to have another team just even calling all the time, tracking all these buyers, vetting them, verifying if what they're saying is true or not, making sure if they have been closing deals in the area, what kind of money that they're coming in with, hard money, cash. If they're gonna go through a traditional route, you gotta see everything. You gotta see hey, the last flip you did, how was it? Where'd you buy at? Where'd you sell it at? How quickly you could close? Do you need appraisals? You don't. You need any other contingencies? It's just it's a whole nother thing. So as you get bigger and bigger with this, you want to hire things out. Now we hire TCs to take care of our transactions. We don't even do that. All the money in my company is made on the phone of me closing these deals out. So I don't do no cold calling no more. I don't do any of that. I just talk to motivated people that want to sell now. And I put them under contract, right? Yeah. So just focus on one thing, get really, really, really good at it, where you can go ahead and teach it to other people and hire other people to work with you, and grow your operation.
That's my goal. I mean, like I said, I'm 24. I had kids young. I had kids young because I grew up too fast. And this, you know what I'm saying? It's when you really have a talent for something. I can do the hell out of music. I'm an engineer. That's all I did back in LA was engineer and do music. But when I came out here, and I got my home here and I started a family, I'm starting to realize that I'm just I got the skills, man, and I'm wasting them. I'm wasting them for this $1 million company, that's just sitting there making money off of me talking to these people, upselling and overpricing a lot of their stuff. It's just crazy to me because I'm I don't make a commission, and if I did, I'd be well off. But it's time for me to make money for myself, man. I can't do it with this stupid 9 to 5 with these people, man. It's just I know what I can do, and I know I can get it done. But if there's any way you can help me, I know I can get them. Like I said, it's a beautiful area, and California is expensive. So with the right person, that thing can get sold for a pretty penny, and hopefully she doesn't put it underneath with the bank, a ton, and hopefully she understands and knows that information so she can pass that on to me. But I'm gonna text her when we get off here. She says she has some free time tomorrow. And set up a call and just sit down with her and talk to her and figure out what's going on. And then figure out if she can get close to my number. And if we can't, then we'll just go from there. But basically, if I get the number from let's say they owe the 100 grand to the bank, but they still want to make some money. Am I still staying in that 100 grand area? I mean, in order to make money, should I up that more?
Well, I mean, see, look, your MAO is at 155. So do as you please, but don't make any offers out until you know every little card that they have. Don't show your cards until like the last minute,
Yeah.
So I'll just get out of the way how much they owe to the bank, how much they're back in arrears, and then ask them how much they're looking to walk away with. And then you run those numbers out and be like, all right, cool, let me call you back in 20 minutes.
Okay.
You run your numbers.
Yep.
And then let's say if like they want to walk away, let's say if they owe the bank 100 grand, they're back in 10 grand in payments and they want to walk away with 20 grand, right? So tell them, hey, how about this? I can, take care of that 100 grand mortgage that you have, $10,000 in arrears that you have, that puts you at 110. And then tell them you want to walk away with 20. I can give you 15 to walk away with. And then you still had a great deal,
Yeah.
Right? So you're at 125K all in. Sale price is at 155, right? So then you can go ahead and still make a decent profit. So like find out the numbers and then work it backwards.
Okay.
Like find out what they want.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, because you already know how much you could offer, right?
Yeah.
So work backwards. Like 155 is MAO. Just try to stay under 145.
Okay, that sounds
good. So there's like a decent wiggle room. Try to go as low as you possibly can. Like, don't be super Mr. Nice Guy. Just focus on speed and convenience. Like, that's the only thing you could offer. You don't want to fight them on the price at all. Not at all. Like, whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't want to go back and forth. I mean, if flat out not give them a number, but if we discuss, everything and do numbers like that, and that's just not the range that they're in, I'm just gonna have to just let it go. Don't even keep trying to fight them on it. Just, if they're just like, no, you're tripping. I'm not selling for much. I mean, the key factor is that hopefully it's not a lot with the bank. You know what I'm saying? And then we can talk something else, but that's where I'm at. It's like, I'm not going to go back and forth with a seller. If they're just like, fuck no, I'm not behind it for that, or I'm not selling for that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and keep back and forth on the phone with them and fight with them.
They financed it back in 2007. They financed it with Wells Fargo back in 2007. So they probably still have I don't know how much they have. I don't even want to guess. Just find out from them.
Yeah. And I gotta look at Prop Stream. Do they have like is just Google, or is there an app on your phone?
It's a website. There's an app as well, but it's $100 a month. If you use like the code deals, you should get for like $98 or something like that for 7 days free.
Okay, awesome, sweet. And then I mean, if I need any help other than that, I'm most likely going to need to reach out to you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Do your thing and attack it like crazy and go for it. There's gonna be a lot of other people actually reaching out too, and it's gonna get competitive the more time that it stays on that listing. So everyone's looking for the deal. So go at it like full force. Like as soon as like you hang up off of this call, like start calling.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's all about speed to lead. So go at it super, super quick. I think you got this, man.
Yeah.
You're motivated. Try to find stuff off market so there's not that much competition.
And you're finding that on PropStream, right? Off market stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how's the competition with that? Do you run into a lot of people that are like, someone just called me?
So here's the thing.
Yada yada.
If there's no competition, that means you're in a terrible market. The more competition, the better.
Yeah.
With all this PropStream off market stuff, there's super, super, super high levels of competition there too. You're just never gonna run away
Yep.
from the competition, but you want stuff off market. That way it's not that much. Like anything that's listed anywhere, it's night and day compared to off market, completely off market to listed anywhere.
Yeah, because they all want to go off of like Zillow prices, and I'm like, dude, Zillow's just taking a benefactor of other houses around and the lot. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking at your
Yeah.
house, the damages, the mold, renovations. They're not looking at all that. Zillow's just looking at the lot and prices around the house.
Yeah. I
Because
explain
at
that to them.
485 is crazy.
Yeah. I always explain that to them and I always tell them, well, if this is the reality of the situation, why haven't you just listed it yet? And
Yeah,
then you'll get some motivation out too,
yeah.
So
I hear you.
yeah,
I'm
that's
excited.
about it.
Hopefully I can get this. I can get this done. Like they said, they had until February 15th to get those people out. So hopefully everything moves smoothly, and I can make this first contract and get it done.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. I'm here to watch it all and help you out anywhere I can, and then go from
Okay.
there. That,
Okay.
that's
Yeah, I
that's gonna
appreciate
be
that.
good.
Oh yeah.
Of course. All right, guys. There's like 8 minutes left. Anything else as of right now?
No, I will. If we work on a deal with you, what's your takeaway? What's our takeaway?
We go 50-50 on everything. I'll help you guys from A to Z
Okay.
with everything you need. But if
Okay.
there's no need for me, then take it on yourself. I'll still help out any
Okay.
possible way that I possibly can. So I just want you guys to
Okay.
win
And
and
if
do
we
good.
find yeah, no, and definitely we appreciate that. If we find a place and we want to sell to you, how does that work?
So out here in Jersey is where I'm buying myself. You find any decent deals as far as like fix and flips goes, or even like rentals, like multifamily? We're closing on a triplex next month. I bought a duplex that we're about to refi next month as well, and working on a refi on a flip that I did from like 9 months ago. I bought. So I'm always doing stuff out here. If you have anything out here, then let's work on the deal. I'll get you guys paid out your assignment fee. Or if you want to get paid out on the back end and get paid like a profit share, we can work stuff out that way that way too. It all depends on the deal and how you're willing to structure the deal with me. It has to
Yeah.
make sense, but I'm just like
Yeah,
any
definitely.
other buyer. I'll get you guys paid out. Long story
Awesome.
short, anything that's out of my buy box and anything that's out of my area, I'm always wholesaling. So my campaigns are nationwide. I wholesale all over the country. So that's how I'm like super consistent. I could always be in my own backyard too, but it's just highly competitive. So anytime I do get deals in my backyard, I buy them myself. And if it's not too great of a deal, then I wholesale it. But anything nationwide, I always wholesale. Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah. And then, as we go along
Yeah.
with everything, I still teach you guys how to buy yourself too later on once you guys get your money right. And then, guys, once you start making a good amount of money, you're going to want to start buying stuff so you don't pay crazy amount in taxes and start building
Yeah,
some
that's
wealth.
that's what I was wondering too. I was wondering
Yeah.
that too because eventually, how long did it take for you to get your first contract? How long did you put into working on this, and how long did it take you to lock down your first
Man, my
payday?
first deal was so freaking nuts, man. It took me like whole 7 months to get it done. Well, to even just get it under contract. I was out here cold
Wow.
calling like crazy for like first 2 months. I was doing Zillow,
Okay.
just like agent outreach and just FISBOs for first month to 2 months. And then I got really good at it, but still nothing because it's just those were like really crappy leads. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely make some damage with agent outreach once you find a rock star agent to work with you. But it was just like I was like swimming against the current of the river. And then I joined my boy's team. He was throwing up some solid numbers, and I joined his team, and we started working together. He started feeding me leads because I didn't have enough money to actually market. And then it took me like a good solid 4 or 5 months from there to lock up the first one. I was cold calling like every single day,
Yeah.
8 to 12 hours a day. Yeah, 8 to 12 hours a day. I was just running through those numbers, cold calling like crazy on a dialer. And then I finally found this one lady. I was just BSing with her on a like evening night after I was done with all my calls. And she was already under contract. So I was just out here talking to talk to her, and we made a decent relationship. And so she fell out of the contract because I told her, I was like, they're probably just wholesalers. But nonetheless, if anything does go sideways, I'd love to help you. And even if you just need help, regardless, just feel free to call me. And we spoke a lot, like for 20, 30 minutes, we spoke. So when she fell out of contract, I was the first person she called. She was like, I didn't want to deal with nobody other than you. You sound genuine. And even when there was no deal in front of you, you still stayed on the phone and spoke to me like a human being. So she came to me because she saw that like I wasn't just money hungry, because these people could smell that. And then we locked it up. This was like the third time she went under contract. She only gave me 7 days to close it, 7 business days. And then we sold it to a hedge fund. Yeah. I had a buddy. That recommended me this other guy that disposed like there's no tomorrow, and he was charging 55%, and it was the smallest deal I ever made in my life. 55% went to him, and then 50-50 went with me and my buddy that I was basically working with. So I made like $2,000, so like small, super small for 7 months of work, but it lit a fire under my ass because now I know this was legit, this was like real, and then I was like, all right, now I'm itching for the next one, you know. We got the next one, and like 2 months after that, and then the next one, and the next one, and then started to tumble after that. Mine was like super long.
I woke up to my phone pinging at like 6 in the morning. He signed the contract, and it went bing, 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 and I was waking up. I was waking up for work. I called off. I'm like, oh, I don't feel good, and I just had me a day like fuck that. Even if it doesn't go through, it's such like an accomplishment. I've never seen it signed, so I was just like. Right.
And have you sold being here in the classroom? Have you locked down somebody already?
He's just talking about
I have one on contract.
Yeah, that's something you're talking about, right? Yeah, it's good because it does do that, man. It does light a fire under your ass.
Yeah, we're gonna sell that one. We're gonna get that thing across the table, and I'm always like recording my journey as well. Like I might be a little, you know, ahead of you guys, but it's the same thing. And I'd love to even share my journey, even where I'm going right now. So you get to learn even like future down the line as well, right? When you get started to buy and stuff like that, you know, like what I'm doing, how I'm doing things. And the greatest part is like, if I just had someone to just walk me through everything and just show me all the ups and downs without having a piece of the pie, then I would actually get a clear vision, right? Me working with my buddy, he would just go ahead and give me the advice on however it would benefit him and his company the best, right? So that's why I would just like stay stuck there. But this is not like that. Like none of you guys work for me or with me. So like I'm just telling you guys as it is, and how to go to where I'm at right now, right? One thing I wanted to actually say is before you actually sell the deal, don't count it at all. So like I know you were like taking a day off and celebrating everything, but until the money hits your bank account, bro, this game is so wild. I've told myself like, oh, I got 3 contracts lined up. I'm gonna make 40 grand, blah blah blah, and then we live it up, and then none of them go through, and I'm like, damn, like I'm beat, you know. So it's like you really got to make sure the money hits your bank account, then go celebrate. Before that, it's not even a deal. Like, don't even get hyped up at all, because then you're gonna even look stupid. You could be like announcing it to the world, I got 3 contracts ready to close, and they don't close, and now you look stupid, right? So just like stay closed, keep your mouth closed, and be humble during the entire thing. And then
only me and my girl knew. I had PTO anyway, so I was like, fuck it. Yeah. It just felt good. That email, I never seen it before. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I mean, it's weird. It's weird because it's like every side hustle, everything you look into business wise, you know, it takes money to be, you know, to put into it. But that's what makes it rough is I got 2 kids. I don't have spare change to throw at anything. So whatever I do, I gotta and I gotta do it at the lowest end of it. You know, if that means driving around and finding places myself and, you know, knocking on their door and talking to them, that's what I have to do. You know, if it's like some of the stuff and extra stuff to pay for, it's like I don't have that. You know, I got my kids, and so it's like it's difficult because you got to start. Literally, you got to do it with nothing. And that's where I work best. You know, because I've been at the position without my kids where I had nothing, and I managed to make money. So I guess it's just for me. I've always hustled. I've always done something crazy.
So everything you're doing is great. It's fantastic. But and let's say if you're pulling lists off PropStream, everyone has these lists, right? Anyone that can pay for the app, they got the list, right? So the quickest way that I would say to your first deal, if I had to go back in time to just do like if I lost everything and I had to just hit the pavement and I had like a 3 grand bill coming at the end of the month, this is what I'll do. I'd literally go ahead and pull some free like free foreclosures in my own backyard. So I would ask me or like someone else to ask PropStream, or I would even go to a title company and I'd like beg them for a list of free foreclosures. And also I would just start going door knocking on them. You
Yeah,
need
my
like some metal balls to do it, but
yeah.
that's what I would do. First thing, I would start door knocking them like religiously, and I'll keep coming to their door and door knocking them. And then I would go ahead and door knock the rest of the neighborhood too while I'm at it. I'll find, bro, like tell anyone and everyone you know while you're on the 3 hour door knocking session that hey, this is my name. I'm buying properties, and we just did a fix and flip here. We're looking for a next project. Everyone in the neighborhood should know that if anybody has a house to sell, they call you, right? Even if the house is not a wholesale deal, you can go ahead and JV with a agent to have it put on the market, and he'll give you a referral fee.
Can you do this with land?
You could do it with land,
Yeah.
yeah, as long as it's real estate.
Is it the same contract, or do you need a whole different
Same
contract?
same everything, same everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk to that girl as soon as I get off here. I'm gonna call her. She won't answer. Probably send her a text. Then I'm gonna talk to my neighbor because I do the property management next door. And he has told me over and over like he wants to sell, but he doesn't know if the tenants have the money. And he's been eager
yeah,
to sell, and he's like I'm going based off of because it's a duplex. The whole duplex he's saying is worth 500 grand. I did the remodel in the place. I know how much I spent, remodeling the place.
yeah,
So I have all the receipts for that. But he's like, I'm here at 250. I'm like, dude, tripping. He wants to get exactly 250, and then she owns her side. So I'm probably gonna talk to him too, and see if the tenants. I'm real good friends with the tenants, so obviously I'm gonna talk to them first. If they don't have the money,
cool.
then I'll talk to him and see if he wants to do it because he hasn't listed it or nothing at all. This is
Okay.
just shop talk with me. He's just letting me know. So
Yeah, man,
I
talk to
definitely want
anyone
to
and
get stuff
everyone.
over.
Yeah, and
Yep.
start door knocking too on your free time. That's like
Yeah,
the
that's
quickest
what
way
I'm.
to your first deal. I'm
Well,
telling you.
my dad drives for a trash company, and so he's like, if I'm out and I see places, that just look like they're, being down
Make
or
a
look like
list.
they're being
Make a
neglected.
list.
Yeah, he said I'll just make a list and I'll write down all the stuff, and you can find out, the contact
Yeah,
information, call them and see if they want to sell. Because I told him I was like, I can go drive around, but when I'm off, and he's like, I drive around anyways from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I can
exactly.
grab a list of
And
stuff.
look,
So
there's a list for all kinds of properties, but there's no ugly house list other than the one that you make, right? So just
yeah,
just hit the pavement, bro. You put in enough blood, sweat, and tears, and you'll get a deal like real quick.
yep.
So, but
Right
all right,
here.
guys, we're gonna call it a night. Um, we're gonna talk about your
Are we
deal, and then
talk about this deal that I got locked up?
yeah, no, definitely. Let me just make a couple of phone calls that I gotta make, and then I'll hit
Okay.
you up. Let's make another Zoom. I'm gonna put Malachi, the other Malachi that left. Um, I'm gonna put him into it as well because I have to deal with a few things with him as well. So,
Best
Yeah.
contact you on that Classroom app, or
yeah,
do you have
that's
a
fine.
former contact?
Yeah,
Okay, just
that's fine. You
Classroom.
could you
So
could reach
they
back
can,
out to
like
me
I
on
said,
there.
I'm good, man. I'm ready to go. I can market like a motherfucker. I have the social media followers and base of connections with an audience to do whatever the hell I want, and I have that because of music. So, like I said, I'm damn good at marketing and I'm real good at selling, and I have the audience on TikTok. I have the audience on Instagram, Facebook. I have a lot of people that are there, and so I need to utilize all those, and even if there's anything I can do for any of you guys, marketing wise as well, anything like that, like I said, I have an audience, I have a base, and even if it's to build more exposure to what you're doing, like I
Yeah.
said, you can talk to me, we can chop it up
Okay.
and do whatever. But I'm
All
gonna
right,
head out
bro.
here
Say no
now
more.
and take my kids to get some dinner. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking the
Of
time.
course.
And definitely we're gonna keep in contact. The other thing I gotta figure out, once I'm reading all this stuff, it doesn't show me the contracts. It shows me that everything's locked until it just says I reach a level. Well, how do I reach those other
Yeah.
levels?
So as soon as you reach the next level, you basically just got to engage, and everybody liking your stuff is going to give you a point.
Okay.
And yeah, as soon as you unlock level 2, that's all the contracts are right there.
Okay. And then
but
can I
you
send
end
you
up
these contracts? Can I send you a contract that I have? Because I have
Yeah,
a
that's
selling
fine.
and buying contract.
That's
And
fine.
then just so you can look at it and see if it's good.
Yeah,
But
that's
all right,
fine.
I'm gonna get my kids some dinner. So
All right,
again,
guys.
I appreciate you guys. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Out of all the contracts that I've ever read, his is the most simple. Like you
Yeah.
can
Okay.
understand
Yeah, well,
his.
hopefully I can get access to it pretty quick. I'm
Bro,
gonna
just
go
get
back
the
in there and look
deal
at it.
and then just reach out to me. If you don't get onto that next level, we'll lock it up. No worries. All right,
Sweet.
guys.
Thank you. And how do you say
Of
your name
course.
again?
I'm Shyam.
Shyam. Okay, I appreciate
Yep.
you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Of course. Likewise. Good night, guys.
Uh,
I'm gonna see you guys in the message real quick.